We back live from the break, ladies and gentlemen. Hottest show on the streets when it comes down to Alabama football news, notes, and information. It's in my own words. Yours truly, Stephen Smith, live in studios, Touchdown Alabama magazine. And after finishing up a discussion here with the Alabama secondary in terms of Eddie Smith and Daniel Wright, we continue with the offseason topic, bringing on former players, coaches, high school recruits, just people that know, people that understand the Alabama football program. And today, special guest in the building, special guest on the In My Own Words hotline, my brother, my good friend, somebody that played from 2005 to 2009 under Mike Shula and Nick Saban, was one of the few guys that stuck it out with Saban, coming from the Shula regime here, and a guy that's right now the proud owner, founder, and CEO of Together Assisting People Tap Inc. We got Chris C. Money Rogers. My man, what's going on?
Man, everything's going great. I'm glad to be on your show. Proud of the great work you've been doing. You've been covering us for over a decade now, man. So you actually do real reporting, real work. So I'm honored to be on your show.
Really excited to have Chris Rogers here in the building live with us on the In My Own Words hotline, giving some credentials right now. Once again, played for the University of Alabama from 2005 to 2009. Started off his career with Mike Shula, ended that with Nick Saban, a vital part of the 2009 Southeastern Conference Championship and BCS National Title team. But he is the founder, CEO of Together Assisting People Tap Inc., largest nonprofit organization in the state of Alabama, trying to make this thing global. He played in nearly 50 games for the Crimson Tide, 48 to be exact. And Chris, we know recruiting is crazy nowadays. It's far different than what it used to be. When you look at guys nowadays, you're getting recruited off Twitter, you're getting recruited off social media. Guys are making these insane videos. You don't know if they're trying to impress the fan base or giving different fan bases a heart attack. It's just so much different now than what it was when you were coming up. So if you remember your recruiting process, take myself and our listeners through what you endured, and most importantly, what made Alabama the school, what made Mike Shula the coach, what made Tuscaloosa stand out?
Man, that's a great question, but I'm going to take you through it. For me, my recruiting process was great. Came out of Florida. So for me, I'm a big component of telling kids to go to camps. And I know nowadays high school coaches telling kids they should not to go to camp. But I went to Nike camp in Miami, and it was all the top recruits in the state of Florida. And I went there and I posted top 5 cornerback at the camp. And I had a great junior year, but just me going there, I had 10 interceptions. But once my tape matched my combine workouts and stuff like that, my numbers and measurement, I went from a kid that was under the radar to I blew up to being top 5 corner in the state of Florida, and I ended up coming to the University of Alabama. But for me, my recruiting process, Florida's a hotbed. For me, I ended up having over 25 offers, and people say how you get over 25 offers, but then I talked to a kid like a Mark Barron coming out of high school. He only had 10 offers. And the difference between I was able to have a kid from Florida able to have so many offers because so many schools are coming through the state of Florida looking for talent. So, of course, you got the Floridas, the Miamis, but then also you got teams like Alabama, Maryland, Pittsburgh, South Florida, Iowa State. I mean, all these different schools, Big Ten, Pac-12, UCLA. I had an offer from UCLA, Iowa State, Iowa, Maryland, so South Carolina. So you got all these different schools coming flooding the state of Florida, but the state's so big, some kids still get overlooked. So that's why I always tell kids, no matter where you at, you got to go to camp and perform, and your game tape has to match up at the combine. You can't go to to, you think you got 1,500 yards, 10 interceptions, you're gonna go to the campus and sit out, saying because you all American, you have to have the competitive edge to want to perform and play against the best. So I think that's what things did for me and changed my life. And yeah, I was excited. It was great to do it. And also the change when I grew up. I know I'm kind of show my age, but I looked forward to one of my guy named Tom Lemon. Tom Lemon had a big magazine that he came out with all the top recruits, all the top corners. Mike Farrell from Rivals, Scott.com, Scott Kennedy. They had a TV show out. So like it was on like 2-3 big boards in the space, and you had to wait to see who they picked. So of course I made all 3 of those sites. And also tell people like the state of Florida so misleading. A 3-star recruit in the state of Florida would be a 4 or 5-star recruit anywhere else. So some people get caught up in there and say, "Oh, this kid's only a 3-star in the state of Florida, but he's in Florida playing tougher competition, better quality players." If you put that same kid from Florida and Alabama, he'd either be a 4 or 5-star recruit. So that's always been my knock when I tell people. They're like, "Oh, this 4 or 5-star kid." I'm like, "They playing the school of blind, man. I could have." So, but not hating, you know what I'm saying? Just really trying to break the barrier, the difference between the different states and stuff like that.
We got Chris Rogers on the phone line, ladies and gentlemen. The In My Own Words hotline, if you're just tuning in to the show. And Chris, you enjoyed your time at Alabama. Most definitely you did. As I mentioned, a part of a national championship team, conference title team in 2009. But it was in 2008 in the Southeastern Conference Championship game, the first matchup between Alabama and Florida, where you start to think about life after football. There are some guys that do not get that pro contract. There are some guys that do not get that pro shoe deal. And it's all about what can you do, how can you maximize your potential for life after football. And I remember you told me that Together Assisting People, Tab Inc. started off kind of as a class project, but from there it really kind of bloomed in 2010 as you put the building blocks together, and now it is a really, really big deal. As you plan to take this global, you've got former players that have chipped in, that have come back to help you, that you've been a part of their lives. The Julio Joneses, the Mark Ingrams, the Marcel Dariuses of the world, but then you got guys that you helped birth through this program. Bo Scarborough, Quentin Williams, the list goes on. So for you, first and foremost, with this venue, with this organization, how have you been able to bridge that gap to make sure that the guys that you played with understand how big this is, but also the guys that you brought in that became big stars in Alabama, you get them to all kind of see where you may be young in Alabama football, you may be old in Alabama football, but we can all come together to reach these kids, and most importantly, to reach a city.
That's a lot down low, but a multifaceted question. So for me, take me back to 2008. Every kid, I don't care who he is, what level he's playing on, every kid is inspired to go to the NFL, the NBA, whatever, PGA Tour, whatever they're doing, they want to go pro. But in 2008 was a bittersweet game for me. That whole season, I thought I was like the next man up, and Coach Saban, team is next man up mentality, stay ready. And that game, unfortunately, we lost to Florida, Tim Tebow, and we got blown out. And we lost the game through the secondary. And I thought I could have made a difference in the game. Coach didn't think otherwise, whatever. And for kids, that's a tough decision at the time, and it was hard for me. But at the same time, I was like, I'm gonna continue to put all my energy into football, but at the same time, I'm gonna start expanding my network to really leverage what's my plan B. And it really was the best thing for me. And I realized after the fact, a lot of my other teammates didn't do that too. They realized they weren't going to the NFL, or they realized they played the NFL for 2-3 years, and now they're trying to do that. And then they spin their wheels 4 or 5 years trying to figure it out. And what TAP's been trying to do is close that gap. I mean, we really don't know what we're going to do, because as athletes, there's a certain type of personality that coaches recruit. There's a certain type of kid that a coach recruit. And when you're a first generation kid, first person in your family to go to college, everybody depending on you, football is the only way out. It's your passport. So I've been playing football since I was 7 years old. And at age 21, 22, it's coming to an end. Like, what do I do next? And people don't understand that. Like, so a lot of guys don't build no other skill set outside of playing ball or other sport they do. And they just struggle with it. So it just gave me a runaway path. I ended up graduating with my master's, as you mentioned. Instead of doing a project where we had to come up with a business plan, I wanted to turn it to reality. And I just started perfecting it, crafting it. And the things with a lot of athletes, they have lofty goals. And being in sports, you've been able to accommodate when you say, hey, I want to run a 4.4, I want to jump a 35-inch vert, I want to bench press 400 pounds. And you're able to do it, right? But when it comes to business world, it's not always a formula to it. So you might get told no. You may study and get a door slammed in your face, but you can't let that discourage you. You got to continue to move forward, and then also leverage relationships while you're at the university. So try to find a mentor. Try to ask somebody that you're trying to do something that you're trying to go into the field that you're trying to do, and you'll find out it's not as hard as everybody make it out to be. So those things have definitely helped me. But then also I realized the cliche of being on the team with the Julio Jones, a Mark Ingram first Alabama Heisman Trophy winner, a Mark Barron, Dante Hopkins, all these players. You know, my team alone, we played 45 guys, 40 guys made it to the NFL off the team alone. And we had over 13 first rounders on the team on the 2019. So being able to help those guys get back in the community when they want to do a back to school giveaway, when they want to do a turkey drive, when they want to do a football camp, being able to do the groundwork, be the boots on the ground, because I understand what they mean to the community, and then also keeping them connected to the community, but then also bringing, like you say, Bo Scarborough through the program, or Mika Fitzpatrick in the hood, on the east side, the west side of Tuscaloosa, going rehab and housing together, so getting these guys to really be in the community, because that's really who they care. They care about everybody, but it's so few that they get a chance to really touch people that look like them, that's where they from, and it's a good feeling for them. So I think I've been blessed to put in this space, and I'm just excited about it. And also, on the flip side of that, being able to see a Quentin Williams, being able to help him with his speaking, interviewing in front of the camera, talking to him about money, talking to him about finances, and just really impacting them on an early age, when they're in 9th, 10th grade, to just start understanding the concept, so when they get older, it's not foreign to them. They're not like, don't talk to me about that. So it's all about being proactive, not reactive. And exposure is the key. So that's what we believe at TAP, is really exposing our young men's careers, opportunities, having a tough conversation on the front end. That's what we do. We have those tough conversations, and also, if nobody's perfect, and these kids overcoming a lot, so we try to minimize, the bad press before we even have the issue. So we try to work through those character issues before it get out of control.
We're live on the phone right now, the In My Own Words hotline, with the man, Chris Rogers, former Alabama defensive back, a part of that 2009 BCS National Championship team in 2009, Southeastern Conference title program. He's got a book also, ladies and gentlemen. He's got the book out, Beyond the Field, An Athlete's Guide to Greatness, and so much profound material in this book. You got to get your hands on it. It's on Amazon right now. But you talk about how to get yourself recruited, making that good ACT score, social media etiquettes, dinner etiquette, financial plan. So much impact in one book. As Rogers explains it all, you want to be able to be a well-rounded student athlete, not just an athlete, a well-rounded man in today's society. You got to get your hands on Beyond the Field, An Athlete's Guide to Greatness by Chris Rogers. So, Chris, when you look at the high school guys that you have been impacting through TAP, what does it mean for those kids to sit here and have a guy that looks like them, understands them, identifies with them, and somebody that is not just concerned about your athleticism, but you are concerned about these guys in the classroom, these guys in the community, these guys being well-rounded young men, so when whomever's in that community, they can take pride in that particular human being. What does that do for these high school kids when they see a guy like yourself really take interest in making them a total person, well-rounded person?
Well, it's kind of hard for me to say what it looked like for them on their land, but I can tell you what it looks like for me on my land, because I once was them, and then being able to, because I realized nobody 5-10 years from now, nobody's gonna remember Chris Rogers scoring a touchdown in a Tulane game. Nobody's gonna remember me getting an interception in the Arkansas game. But what they all gonna remember, when I interacted with them, how did I treat them? What did I say? You know, like, those are the little qualities. It seems little at the time, but it's last lifetimes. And I have people who I met at the University of Alabama, who was just a freshman that I didn't even really know, but I was just always a nice guy, like, hey, how you doing? What's going on? And now, fast forward 7-8 years later, these people are helping me fund my organization, or helping me get grants, or helping me get funding, because they like, hey man, I remember I was just a graduate assistant at the university. You know, now I'm a defensive back coach at whatever university. You got any kids that need a scholarship, send me their tape. So it's just those little things that you just always treat people the way you would be treated. And just always, I tell guys, you got to pay it forward. Like, it's cliche, but it matters. Like, it really does matter. And you can get caught up in the hype because you think you're a whole recruit. You got kids signing autographs, everybody for pictures. But that picture don't mean anything if you're a dirt. You know what I'm saying? So I got some people that, and I'll tell you a quick story. I got some people that tells me, hey Chris, I go in their office. These are like successful CEO people. And they get autographs from anybody, right? Like, they boosters of Alabama. And they saying, Chris, you know why I got your picture in my office? It ain't got anything to do with football. Yeah, you played at Alabama, but you're a great person. And these people got balls signed from Coach Sage and all the greatest Alabama players ever. So that's what you want. You want a real relationship with people, and not just because you played at Alabama, Florida, Texas, or wherever, Georgia, wherever university. You want to like be able to come back and talk to them and talk to them about their family and grow. And as I'm married with my daughter, and be able to talk life and just soak knowledge from people. I think that's what I'm trying to teach a young man, to say, yes, use ball to get out of your current situation, but really take advantage of it.
As we dive now into a little bit of a conversation with the Crimson Tide, you played on this football team, Chris. When you look at the 2019 season coming up here, Alabama did not finish the way it would have liked to in 2018. Nick Saban has addressed that to the team. Of course, if you look at different clippings of national media, they say what they have to say. But for you, for someone who has been there, done that, what are your expectations for Alabama this season? And with you playing on the defensive side of the football, who are some defensive men, who are some big dogs that you are expecting, hey, let's get it going?
I mean, to be honest with you, this is going to sound crazy. So I started National Champion game because I got to start there, because that's where, there's so many people dislike the University of Alabama. You know, we're kind of like the basis of football. So anytime we're down, and we're not even down, but we didn't win the championship, people would think it's over with. So that's first and foremost. But like, to be honest with you, we weren't supposed to be in the national championship game last year. I mean, our defense wasn't Alabama standard, and everybody knew that, who was real honest with themselves. So Sewell wasn't 100%. Jayla didn't play because everybody knew he was transferring. But this year, it's going to be high-powered offense. And our defense, it takes a year or two for guys to really grasp the system. So it's challenging. It's challenging because you're gonna have some learning curves. You're gonna have some fundamental breakdowns, and it costs you. So, I mean, that being said, Alabama now it's not the Alabama when I played. When I played, we had the mentality we was gonna win the game 2-0 if we have to. But clearly now the mentality is we're gonna rely on Tua to score us 30, 40 points and play sound defense. But it's hard to play that great a defense when your offense scoring 21 points. As soon as you got the field, they run it back out there. So it's like NASCAR. So I don't know. I really don't know. I'm really looking forward to seeing the one kid who broke his leg last year, the cornerback. His brother played in the NFL. What's his name?
Trayvon Diggs.
Diggs. I really want to see what Diggs do. I've been hearing good things about him. I really hear do he live up to his full potential? Patrick Santana, the young corner. I'm really on the borderline with him. I think he's good, but I also think he may eventually end up moving to safety. And not to say he's not a good corner, I just think he's top heavy. So may end up moving to safety, but if he stays, he'll be a solid. I think he'll be a solid corner. Second, third round, but he would say he'd be for sure first rounder. So that's the decision him and Tim have to make. But that's my on the back end and then on linebackers. Matt Wilson leaving early, I think, hurt us because our linebackers kind of unproven a little bit. I think it was named Mosley, Dylan Moses, and his name, the linebacker.
Dylan Moses.
I really want to see the kid from Florida. Dylan Mosley. I want to see the kid from Florida, the linebacker. What's his name? Ben Davis. I'm really curious to see if he can pan out, because he had a lot of hype coming out, but he hasn't just touched the field yet. I don't know what's going on. I really like to see what he does. You never have to worry about Alabama front four, the D-line, and so I think they got some question marks, but I think it's good question marks. They're a good season, and Coach Cochran have them ready. And on offense, I think what's his name, Jeudy, man. I think he's special. I played with Julio. I've seen Amari Cooper. I've seen other guys that came out, but I think this kid, he's special, man. He's dynamic. He's like Antonio Brown out there, man. Nobody's better than Julio, but just his explosion and takeoff. I would love to see Julio play the kind of offense where they throw the ball 30, 40 times a game. Everybody marvels about the numbers Julio put up. I really think he'd break all the records. He had a quarterback that threw the ball 30, 40 times a game. He got 10 and 12 attempts a game. So, but yeah, and then also I think Najee Harris started at the beginning of the season, but I really think it's dark horse, kind of like Jacobs did last year with Brandon Robinson. I'm tough to lose. So I think he's primed and ready to have a breakout season. And I'm excited for him as well. So that kid didn't come through my program, but I watched him enough and talked with him, and really just excited to see what he can do. Because like I said, knowing him, knowing his DNA, knowing his fabric, I really think Alabama fans who don't know him by game 6 or 7 be like, man, he's the hottest thing smoking though.
He's Chris Rogers, graciously joining me live here on In My Own Words, Touchdown Alabama Magazine, the former Crimson Tide defensive back from 2005 and 2009, now the founder and CEO of Together Assistant People. Please check him out. Check out the book, Beyond the Field, An Athlete's Guide to Greatness. Get your hands on it. Give it to your children. This has all the keys, the tools, the tricks, the trade to not only get you recruited, but to help you live a balanced lifestyle. Don't touch that dial, folks. We're coming back. What's up, college football fans? It's Stephen M. Smith, host of In My Own Words via Touchdown Alabama Magazine. You can catch the show every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday here on YouTube. And speaking of YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can get all the news, notes, and information covering your Alabama Crimson Tide.